In this world, is the destiny of mankind controlled by some transcendental entity or law? Is it like the hand of God hovering above? At least it is true that man has no control, even over his own will.
あー、いたいた。よー、元気？
チビ、なんでお前がここに？
Chibi! He calls him Chibi. Did you hear that?
パックだよ。名前覚えてよ。面白そうじゃん。魔物なんてさ。神話や詩人の歌でしか聞いたことないもん。マジモンだぜ、マジモン。
お前に言えた義理かよ。悪いけど、俺にはペットを飼うつもりはないぜ。ついでに言っとくけどな、俺は嫌いなんだよ。お前ら。
I think Guts' voice actor is pretty great in this.
なんでだよ。
弱いからさ。ムカつくんだよ。弱いやつを見ていると、ひねりつぶしてやりたくなるね。
Like, he's not overacting it. He's not like, ooh, he's not doing the Christian Bale voice. He's not like doing what other Gutses have done in the past. And yet he's still there. Okay, yeah, we're going to some filler. You can have so much filler with the fucking Black Swordsman. Like, look at this. I'm not even gonna count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They had 20, arguably 21 episode levels dedicated to the Golden Age. And god damn. 20 levels! All dedicated to the Golden Age. I presume the Black Swordsman arc is going to have way less levels dedicated to it. Even filler levels like this. I feel like the Golden Age is the one that got the bulwark of fucking levels dedicated to it, most likely. I would be surprised if any of the other arcs get as many levels dedicated to them as the Golden Age did. Which is a real shame. I understand that, but it's kind of a shame. Especially since none of this shit has ever been adapted before.
ねえガッツ、首んとこにある紋章みたいなの何？
楽印だ。こいつが悪霊を呼び寄せる。奴らは生贄を求めてどこだろうと現れる。
生贄？過去に何があったんだろう。一体何がガッツをこんなにさせたの？
A lot of shit. Especially here during the Black Swordsman arc, because again, during the Black Swordsman arc, he was written very differently. But now, like, with this being adapted chronologically after everything that happened in the Golden Age, I feel like the voice actor manages to convey the weight Guts is carrying on his shoulders.
何も考えずに殺し尽くせばいい。
Because originally, like, his attitude seems like really petulant and immature and try-hard edgelord kind of. But now, the way he's being... Yeah, those are all good. Now the way he's being, like, conveyed is more, like, tired. He's not pissy and whiny and, I hate weaklings. I just want to smash them. I just want to smash the weaklings. Because I'm 14 years old. It comes across more like he's just tired. He's tired of your bullshit. He's tired of everyone's bullshit. And he just doesn't want to deal with it anymore. I just want to find Griffith and fucking kill him, that stupid asshole Griffith. Why are you such an asshole, Griffith? Why are you such an asshole? Like, man, I don't have time to deal with your nonsense. Fucking stupid bug-ass bug. And I got way too much. I gotta sell all of this shit because you know what? The minutia of the stats really doesn't matter. None of that matters. Who fucking cares? Just sell everything I currently don't have equipped. Fuck it. I'm not gonna fucking min-max to that degree. Because that's something that separates Berserk, because, like, you read the Black Swordsman stuff, and you might think, oh yeah, this is just some try-hard edgelord bullshit. And it is a little bit. But the Golden Age, like, obviously that's when, like, he ironed out much more what the story was going to be about. And it has these moments of quiet maturity. These moments of, like, genuine emotional, like, intimacy to them. That kind of elevate it, like, in between all the power fantasy and the blood and the guts and the rape and all the grim darkiness, there's a solid foundation, like, an emotional foundation to Berserk. Guts' mission is to kill monsters, not save people. His heart's stained with it. Like, yeah, it's also that, like, emotional distance kind of thing of, like, literally everything I know and love has died. I do not have room in my life to give a shit about anyone or anything ever again. Because you know what giving a shit about people gets you? People fucking dying and getting raped in front of your eyes. I ain't got room for that shit in my soul anymore. The only thing I got room for is fuck you, Griffith! 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 Anyway. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, the author, Kintaro Mura, something like that, even said, like, he doesn't really think of Berserk as a seinen. Okay, you know shonen? Shonen, like, you might have heard something described as a shonen anime. Shonen, the way genres are done for anime and manga in Japan is they're designated by what demographic they're created for. So shonen series are written and, like, advertised to appeal to young boys. Like, Dragon Ball Z is a shonen because it appeals to, like, 10, 11, 12, and teenage year boys. Seinen are... Am I thinking of the right one? Seinen are for more mature audiences, for adults, for grown men. And then there's, what's it fucking called? What the fuck? I'd have to look it up. Like, Sailor Moon is a goddamn... The ones advertised for girls, you know? I'm probably... Damn it! I'm probably getting the name wrong. It's gonna bug me. Fucking assholes. I'll cut this out. Shoujo. Shoujo is, like, anime and manga series aimed at young girls. like your Sailor Moons, your fruit baskets, stuff that's like all lovey-dovey and like chick flicks. That's the Japanese term for chick flicks, but for like anime, manga, and shit. It's shoujo. And Kentaro Mora has even said that he considers Berserk to be more of a shoujo story than the seinen one, because he says like in seinen or shonen stories, logic governs emotion, but in shoujo, emotion governs logic. And you can actually see that in the more emotional moments of Berserk, like the romance between Guts and Casca. And moments like that, you can really see that idea where, like, emotion, like, it's all about big emotions. It's all about, like, feels and whatnot. Like, even that, even the Eclipse, terrible and not something that would probably appeal to little girls at all, as it was, that was a moment, a scene of pure emotion governing logic. There was no, like, sense to what was going on there. It was all emotion-driven. Very negative emotions, obviously. Very shocking, uncomfortable ones, but emotion nonetheless. What a terrible night to have a curse. So yeah, that's Guts' everyday life. Every day he wanders around looking for Griffith, and every night the spirits come, and he barely ever gets any sleep. That's such a huge thing. That's always like, he never gets to sleep. He gets like an hour of restless sleep, and then he has a nightmare because some, like, apparition, like the brain sucker from Futurama, stuck onto his head and starts giving him nightmares, and it's really bullshit. And he wakes up and he stabs it, and he's like, God damn it! And he fights some dudes.
まあそうだが。
それにしても会うたびにボロボロだね。俺が直してやろっか。
目障りだ。消えろ。
ガッツ。
Gatsu. Like, they could fall back on the Golden Age movies during the Golden Age, but like, come on, have some fucking game cutscenes, you know? Come on. Why not? Have some actual CG cutscenes in here somewhere. Where'd all that budget go?
うるせえ。そういうもんじゃねえよ。
結構気に入っちゃったりして。
Yeah, that's a big part of Guts' character too, where he's like, I feel so like he's got all these negative emotions inside. All this hatred and anger and like frustration and sadness. And he gets to kill some fucking dudes, and he's like, yeah, I feel good about killing those dudes. Yeah, and we see that elf dimension style during the loading screen. Which is that little, nut on a stick that he beats the shit out of the loading screen with. Puck's great. I love Puck. Like, Guts isn't a nice person. He's not a hero. He's not a good guy. He fucking really likes killing dudes.
さて、追っ始めるか。
And I mean, after all, like, he came to that realization about himself that he is fighting. He is the fighting. And then after that, like, throw on all the trauma and horror that was the eclipse and his new cursed life as the struggler on top of that, and you get a really, like, violent, terrible, traumatized individual, obviously.
忌まわしき邪教のトト探偵。よってここに死刑を宣告する。
嘘よ、信じて。私は邪教徒なんかじゃない。信じて。
ひどい。
今月に入って何人目だ。
邪教徒狩りと称して無実の人間を。伯爵は何を考えておられるのか。
ガッツ、なんとかしてあげられないの？
I don't give a
やり
shit.
てえならお前がやれよ。
そんなこと俺にできるわけ。
Then stop complaining.
だったら黙ってな。力のねえやつは口先ばかりで何もできねえ。
Guts, you fucking asshole.
力のあるやつに従ってりゃいいんだ。
Like, considering all he's been through, not unreasonable that this is the kind of person he is. I mean, like, hey, wouldn't you be a little bit of a fuck-witted ass dicker? A little bit? I feel like you would be. I feel like you would be a little bit of a fuck dick. What the fuck did I just say? Holy shit. They're really blue balling me with, like, actual cutscenes.
街のどこかに潜んでやがれ。
Especially considering the Black Swordsman arc's my favorite arc.
俺の親友は無実の罪で殺されたんだ。
Don't care.
見つけたぞ。確保せよ。
殺さないで。
Looks like heretics are being persecuted here. Okay. Like, Guts is the kind of guy, like, you wouldn't feel safe and happy being saved by Guts. You'd be like, oh shit, it's Guts. Oh fuck, this is not a good time. No one's gonna have a good time when you're saved by Guts. In fact, in saving you, Guts is probably gonna fucking ruin your life, and you're gonna hate him.
お前を邪教徒に加担せし者とみなし、投獄する。
You're gonna be like, wow, fuck you, Guts. You dick. And he's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. He has no interest in helping people. He's just like, gotta kill, like, the combination of the trauma of the eclipse with his initial, like, Zen-esque, what he fucking, kinda settled on as his dream of living by the sword has combined to create this individual who is only obsessed with fighting and killing these monsters who have ruined his life. And feeling like anyone who can't defend themselves isn't worth nothing. Which is a little unfair when you consider, well, what the fuck are they supposed to do, Guts? Not everyone can be you, the fucking Black Swordsman, with all this bullshit you got going on. Like, you're... Like, how are they supposed to fight an apostle, Guts? They are but men. You are a fucking creep-ass monster, dude. Oh, what am I doing? You're a creep-ass monster, dude. You are a like, he's got a cage. Guts, during the Golden Age, is characterized as being a wild dog, at best. But during the, like, after the Golden Age, it's kind of firmly established that Guts is a wolf. A rabid beast. Like, to the point where it could be said that the trauma and all that Guts has been through has kind of, sort of, resulted in something of a split personality. Sort of. It's less of a split personality, though, and more of a manifestation of all that Guts has been through. All of the pain and anger and hatred that he harbors in his soul. Like, it kinda gets, personified in the form of the beast. His darkest nature on display.
門を閉じろ。黒い剣士を捕まえるんだ。
I'm kind of surprised and impressed that this is getting adapted. This what is happening, because this is what happens in Volume 2. Like, all that mention of the Count and this castle town and the conversations he's having with Puck and all that. That's Volume 2 of Berserk. And the reason I'm kind of impressed is because that hasn't been adapted. Like, even the 2016 anime, which is terrible, didn't adapt this. And something happens at the conclusion here that's kind of interesting. Especially considering everything that kind of got retconned in the face of the Golden Age. So the game's not going to be able to convey it, but this guy who's helping you out here and all that, he's supposed to be like this deformed dude. Like, he wears bandages over his face because he was, like, tortured and is all deformed and Guts is, like, kind of weirded out by him. He's like, gross. Get away from me. Oh, buddy. Buddy. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they're actually doing Volume 2 here with this. That's pretty impressive. Like, I care. Well, he is an apostle, so why are you being a dick? Why are you being such a jerk? Have you just met me? That's kind of my thing. That's kind of what I do, Puck. I mean, come on. You should figure this out by now. Yeah, here we go. Fucking you up. So this guy is supposed to be all bandaged up in the face, with like half his face eaten off and shit. But the game graphics are limited in their ability to display that. Because like the Count who ate his family like kept him locked up in the dungeons and tortured him for a little while because he's a dick. And bald. And bald people are all evil. I don't know if you knew that. But that's a critical life lesson for you now that you know. Thanks to Berserk. Bald people are evil. Take this information with you and protect yourself in the future from the terrors and cannibalistic intentions of the Baldman. His baldness is a direct correlation to his evilness. Although Griffith was not bald, he had the soul of a Baldman. Jesus Christ, I'm literally killing these guys in one hit now. Like, it used to take 3 hits minimum to kill dudes, and now they're going down, like, normal dudes are going down 2 hits. Archers I'm killing in a single blow. It is funny to, like, read the Golden Age, and, like, try and read Berserk in chronological order. Like, read the Golden Age, and then read Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Black Swordsman arc, and then skip over to Volume 14 and continue on the Golden Age, and be like, wow, Guts, it's almost like your personality got completely rewritten in between the last 2 things I read. Because, like, you can justify it, and the voice actor's really selling it. But the way he's written here is obviously, like, a vast difference from what we were just all used to with the Golden Age. I mean, it's justified with, like, the trauma of what he has endured. But the way he's going to be acting and behaving after this is over is a little bit more in line with what you would expect. He's still a douchebag, but of course he is. Of course he's using his tentacles to attack. Why would it be any different? Obviously. I like how he doesn't get a character portrait. Rest assured, he is a bald man. Your bald ass head. Like, I bet it's gonna feel weird in the game to go from this, like, the way Guts is written, to the way he's immediately going to be acting in the level immediately after this. That's gonna be a funny little disparity. I mean, hell, people complained that in the 2016 anime, like, Guts' character is written to be way less of a douchebag than he was in the comic, but, like, if you take into consideration the Golden Age, he would be less of a douchebag than he was in the comic. Because he was a huge douche in the comic. I mean, a little bit of douchebagginess is warranted, but less of one is a little bit more reasonable. This is the Count in his in the true manifestation of his form, his true nature as a Baldman, on display for all to see. But before he revealed himself in all his baldness, he was in fact a Baldman. Again, kind of surprised that this is getting adapted in the game. That's really great. That's fucking funny. Even the 2016 anime didn't do this. The fight with him in the comic is like really intense too. Like, he really pulls out all the stops against this guy. And they're not showing it here, but, like, he's got a daughter who's like, And she's running around during all this too, and Puck's helping out, and Gus is being a douchebag to him. And like, it's revealed that the whole reason the Count became an apostle was because his wife was part of a fucking devil cult and was fucking random dudes, and he freaked out. And he still loves his daughter. And there's all this stuff. It's not really important, though. What's important is what's gonna happen immediately after we kill this fucking guy. And I'm sure that's at least gonna get a cutscene to it. Please. Like, there's been a severe lack of cutscenes. Like, actual cutscenes. And I feel like then the thing that happens after we kill this guy is warranted a cutscene. Maybe that's the reason the snake was so hard for me. I didn't use the environment enough. Maybe if I let him, they let himself get burned up or something. That was within the Zod fight too. I could let him run around and run himself. Yeah, all of these apostles are pussies. When you beat them, they're just like, I wanna die. Stop being a pussy. Every single one is deep down just a fucking coward. A bully who picks on the weak and then cries and begs for mercy when they lose.
ベヘリット。この世界と重なるもう一つの世界との扉を開く鍵。5人のゴッドハンドを呼び出す鍵。
よくできてるね、これ。どうやってゴッドハンドを呼び出すのさ。
それを知ってりゃ苦労しねえよ。
あ、待ってよ。どこへ行くのさ。
Oh, they're not gonna show it. Ah, shit. That's a shame. Well, they might. So I'll wait, but it seems to me that they're not gonna show it. Which I guess that makes a little bit of sense, because all that scene does is foreshadow the Golden Age, but I feel like they should show it. They're not gonna show it, are they?